So this, as I say, is just one massive limestone pavement. I'm having to be fairly careful because the sun is coming in from the left. So if I turn you into the sun, it's just going to absolutely blind you. It's just absolutely amazing. It's maybe not a place for the big vista, the big landscape, but certainly the small, minimal seascapes with the waves crashing in through all this. Let's see if I can tilt you down. The shapes and the textures. It's all sort of a bit distorted because you're upside down, but it looks like pieces of skeleton. And you get the waves crashing in. Ah, it's absolutely amazing. It is quite difficult to shoot here at this time of day because the shadows are quite harsh. The light is glorious. And look at that. The water's just falling off the edge of this rock here. It's just coming in. I mean, that's just wonderful. And we'll go back up here. And at the top of the rocks, where the water hasn't got to, this glorious yellow and green lichens. Oh, it's just amazing. I've done a few shots. I've not talked to you whilst I've been doing them, simply because I was going to get very, very wet if I didn't concentrate, and or lose the camera, neither of which I quite fancied. So it's just a quick look. I mean, look at the oh, I'm sorry, I'm so excited. The evening light through all this colour is just glowing. And I'm going to try and find a composition to include this foreground leading down to the waves crashing in at the bottom. It's just amazing. You see all the lines that have been carved through the limestone by the waves and the little pebbles. It really is fabulous. Now, we may stay here for sunset. We may still take a run across Dunstanburgh, although I'm not convinced we'll get parked. So anyway, I'm going to shut up because I need to take some photos. Well, it's just mind-blowing, all the compositions you can get down here. As is very often the case, the composition I've got set up at the moment is quite hard because I've got the sun coming in from behind me onto the left-hand side of the rocks, and the right-hand side of the rocks is in shadow. But also the sky is considerably lighter than the sea. So I really need two sets of leaf filters. I need an adapter to put a filter in at an angle, as well as the one that's going straight down. I'm not entirely convinced you're going to be able to see this. No. Essentially, I've got the limestone rocks coming in from either side into a V, leading down to a group of rocks at the front that have the waves crashing over them. And I have clouds in the sky coming out into the top right-hand and left-hand corners of the image, which works really nicely. It's just that left-hand side that is too bright, which is really annoying. Maybe once the sun has dipped down and we've got, hopefully, some colour coming up, then it might work a bit better. But I'm going to carry on, and if I don't catch up with you again, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, continuing the theme of the week of standing in really stupid places, you saw me walk down the steps. The rock formations are just out of this world. There's different shapes, there's lines, there's curves, there's green algae on the top of some, the others are glowing like a goldeny red colour. Oh, it's like a different planet. I can't really show you around because it's so bloody windy down here and it is very slippery. I had no concept of why sea water is so slippery, but it damn well is. If I try and turn round, over in the distance you might see a little blob over there, which is the docks. Now I'm not quite sure what docks they are. It doesn't look, I think it's amble, because on the somewhere out here there's a little upright blob which is Amble Lighthouse. Excuse me, I'm just doing an exposure. Oh! Sorry, I am having such an amazing time. I never in a million years dreamed of doing a road trip around England. I'll go off to Italy and I'll go off to Newfoundland and Scotland. Excuse me, I know you keep disappearing. And I'll just drive and stop. And I've done that this weekend up here. It is just incredible. Now the tide is coming in. I'll try and show you the composition if I can get this thing to focus. Just a second. Right, I'm not sure if this is focusing or not, but I've got this channel, ginnel, cut through where the water is flowing up. I'm just going to set off another exposure, excuse me. Oh, I'm going to try. There we go. I've got the gorgeous curves in this side of the sandstone, and on this side we've got some beautiful green algae coating the rocks, and it leads you up to this beautifully dramatic sky, and just in the distance you can see the dockside. Now whether you'll see that on the actual image or not, I don't know. I'm just having so much fun, it's ridiculous. And I don't want it to end. I don't want to go home, and I've got to because I've got to do shopping and ironing and cooking and cleaning. I can't wait to come back. And I really wasn't that impressed with Northumberland. I believe, as so many people do, that you have Dunstanburgh, or Dunstanburgh, and you have Bamburgh, and that's about it. And you can hear the sea. Let me just tilt you down. In fact, let's see if we can do it this way. Just tilt you down. See if I can show you. There you go. That's my foot, and that's where the water's coming in. Oh, this place is just out of this world. Now I am being careful. I have got escape routes. Oh, I made sure that I've got escape routes, and I've got 2 more locations that I want to stop at on the way back now that the tide is coming in. Bizarre. Sunrise this morning. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. I went out to the castle, the name of it, Bamburgh Castle, and I wanted a specific image. I didn't want to get the image that you see all the time. For no reason. There are fabulous images out there and I haven't got a problem with them, but I wanted something different. However, Mother Nature had another plan in mind, and I'm just going to trigger another one because I like it. I wanted to shoot from the other side of the castle, so not shooting into the sun, and I wanted some clouds and a bit of that gorgeous warm dawn light hitting on the castle and on the reeds in front of it in the sand dunes. No, we didn't get any light. The sun came up behind a huge bank of cloud and it started to rain, so I didn't even get my camera out. I could have gone down and joined the guys who were on the normal side of Bamburgh Castle, down on the beach, getting the reflections and the waves coming in and the rocks in the foreground, but I really wanted something different, and I got it. I got nothing at all, and that's different. But Bamburgh Castle will always be there, so it didn't worry me. I've got a couple of images that I love from Bamburgh Castle. I'll pop those up next for you. You'll have seen them on the Northumberland previous vlogs I did, so I won't show them for too long. Take the time and find something different, and what an absolutely fabulous 3 days this has been. Awesome. And it's looking very slightly rougher out on the ocean. Oh, I tried to stop an exposure then, it didn't work. There is a boat. Where are we? You just see him peeking his head around there. He's bobbing about big time. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get off. Just one image from here. That's all I wanted. And a definite mark on the map for somewhere to come back to. I'll catch up with you maybe at the next location. See you later.